Okay, we're in Traverse City, Michigan, and we're here and we're celebrating my mom's 90th birthday. This is the first week in July. She was born on the 1st of July. And we're here celebrating, and she's going to make us a nice apple pie made from her famous recipe. And so we're going to show you how to do it.
Alrighty, well, it's very simple. All you have to do is you measure out a cup and a half flour and a half a cup of shortening, which is, I always use Crisco, and then I add probably a tablespoon of real butter. I get it all fine. Get your shortening and your butter, and usually not quite a teaspoon of salt in, because that makes it taste a little better. And then we can take a half a cup of half and half cream or milk. It's half and half that I use for my wedding, and I stir this into the dough. It's very simple. It's almost done. So I put a half a cup right into this flour and shortening mixture. And I just stir it up we may have to add a little more cream or milk, half and half. Depends on how the flour, but you have to have it. And so then I just kind of work it together and knead it and see if it'll come out right. So that's about the starting of it. Now I can tell whether it's, you see it all bundles up like this, nice and soft. So you get that all out of your dish and get it together. And this will make a 2-crust pie. If you want to look at what I've got here, I've got 2 nice balls of dough, and it's all ready to roll out.
So what kind of apples are you using in your pies?
Well, we're using Gala tonight.
Okay, what do you normally like to use?
I like to use Northern Spies.
But if they're not available,
we just have to go to Gala's.
Gala's work well.
They have several varieties.
Yeah. Okay, great. And why do you like the Northern Spies?
Because they're just the right tartness.
I see that you've got them cut into fairly thin slices. Hold one of those up so we can kind of see what size you've got. As a matter of fact, you can slice a couple that you still have left if you want. Yeah. So we can see what size.
Is that a 1/4 inch?
Yeah, about a 1/4 inch.
About a 1/4 inch. I cut them about a 1/4 inch thick. Oh, and now we're going to go for the dough.
Okay.
Roll out the dough, yeah. So now we spread the flour out on it.
I see you're doing it just on the countertop. Is that works really well?
It works very fine.
Good. So
want it dry. You want your countertop dry and clean, of course.
All right. Now is that the same kind of flour you use to make your dough?
This is gold medal flour.
All-purpose?
All-purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then you take half of the dough that you've got ready. And I have to get my rolling pin.
It's right here.
Oh, you got it there. Okay. You just put your half of the recipe on your counter and put it on flour. Then you measure and see if it's going to cover your whole bottom of the tin. And then it's usually easier because sometimes it's pretty tender. Well, you start there and pick it up. Probably won't work this time. You want to hold that steak? Just hold it though, honey. Just hold it. Yeah.
Well, that's something we'll have to work on because you don't want
there we go. Now, just a minute. We'll fit that into our pie tin.
Yeah.
I mix a little sugar and flour on the bottom before I add the apples. Okay.
Okay, so about a half a cup of sugar.
Yes.
Mixed in with the apples.
Yes.
And then you stir them around a little bit.
I stir them with my hands. They were made before spoons. That way they all get coated pretty nice. I think this will just about fill it. Okay, now we put a little dash of cinnamon and a little brown sugar.
Okay.
We're putting butter on it now.
We're going to put about 4 teaspoons of butter on it.
Yes.
Okay.
And about probably a good rounding teaspoon of brown sugar.
Okay, good.
And now it's almost ready for the top, and so now we'll roll the top out.
Okay. We may. Yeah.
So now we'll roll this out to put on the top.
Okay.
Now I wet the crust right around, all around the edge with just water. They'll stick together, the two crusts. And
Then you take your top.
Now we take this, fold it over. And hopefully that's big enough to cover it all. I think it is. There we go. And if we get a little short here, we just break a little piece off someplace where it's overloaded here. And tuck it in where it needs a little filling. So there's our pie. Okay, and then you roll it around because and just with your hands, and that cuts the crust off. That'll come right off, and you can always make samples for that, and tasty ones.
Now we should have a pan to put the.
And then you start making the.
Now, just so that.
I'm pinching with my finger and my thumb, and that seals it so it doesn't run over as cue for the bottom, or for the edges. And then I take a knife, so I make some little curly cues around here to let the air out and to let it bubble so it doesn't run over. We want to put a little white sugar on the top. The sugar kind of lets it kind of brown a little better, I think. That's about the end of my apple pie.
Okay, so now what are you going to cook it at, and for how long?
I'm going to put it in at least a 400.
The rule of thumb is 400 at
20 minutes to start.
20 minutes at 400 degrees, and another
Then turn it down
20 minutes at
probably another
375.
good half hour, honey.
Okay, another half an hour
Yeah.
at 375.
I think
Okay.
that'll do it.
All right. So let's put it in the oven.
All right.
How do you know it's done then?
Well, you know, it's when it starts to bubble through those little cracks that I've cut.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be funny if this wouldn't be any good, but there you go.
Okay.
I'll shut the ringer off. Okay. Oh, you don't. Here it comes. It hasn't even ran over, but it did bubble a little bit.
There it is,
There.
and we'll let it cool for what, about 20 minutes? We're going to enjoy that.
Hopefully it'll taste good.
Okay.